Okay guys, so for a while now, we've obviously been talking about Spider-Man and the weirdness that's going on with that character and how everybody involved with it is using all of these coy, wordings, and paragraphs and little statements that they give everybody when they're being interviewed. Now, we of course know that Spider-Man has a guaranteed deal in the MCU through the second movie, the sequel to Homecoming, and we know he's going to be appearing in the Avengers movie, which is what more or less the fans want. Now, of course, then there's the other side of Spider-Man, which is the legally licensed characters that Sony owns, which is of course Venom, which is going to be starring Tom Hardy, which is still coming October of next year, believe it or not. And then there is Silver and Black, a movie I'm convinced nobody wants, but hey, it's happening because Sony's got to hang on to those rights, so why not try to milk those rights before you crash and burn, which by all indicators, if we look at Sony stocks, if we look at how their movies review, and any shareholder involved with them, it's probably going to crash and burn by 2020 at least. Optimistically, that's what we're thinking. Now, when it comes to Silver and Black, it's literally the most confusing Spider-Man movie ever. For one, Venom. Okay, you can make Venom work by alluding to Spider-Man, but not showing Spider-Man. That is possible. That's very possible. Silver and Black, you can do that movie without Spider-Man, sure. Here's a bigger problem you have. These characters, no one's going to want to see. There's literally nothing appealing about them. Yes, Black Cat, sexy. Silver, she's sexy too, whatever you will. But at the core of these characters, you want to see them around with Spider-Man because they kind of add a different element to him. When Black Cat shows up, she's involved with him in this weird relationship that kind of he wants her because she's like the bad girl. And, that kind of tears him away from being a, very faithful person to who he's dating and kind of puts a different spin on him. That's a cool concept that they're not going to explore. Now, the other big thing that's showing up right now is that Silver and Black is going to kick off an entirely new series that's going to be all female Spider-Verse characters. And I've talked about this already. Apparently, Spider-Woman is going to be in there, even though Spider-Woman has nothing to do with Spider-Man at all. It's just a name, whatever with that. The weird thing is that's not going to connect to Venom at all. So, essentially, you're going to have Spider-Man in the MCU. You're going to have the Venom series doing whatever the hell they will. You're going to have Silver and Black kicking off a separate series not tying into anything. And God forbid, and I've been told that Sinister Six is still in development, that's not tied to anything. So in 3 years, you're going to be looking at 4 different Spider-Man series. And if we involve the Miles Morales animated one, you're looking at 5. So there's going to be 5 theatrical releases in the next 3 years, unrelated to one another. Now, how can one studio literally be such a fuck-up? I mean, you'd think they would have learned from Ghostbusters. You would think. They look at their profits and they go, boy, we were actually negative 1.2 billion last year and 700 million the year before. So a good idea is to greenlight these things the fans hate that aren't connected to the things we love. Yeah, that'll work, Sony. Look, am I the only one that understands what the problem here is? I can't be the only one. I mean, someone in the comments is going to try to prove this wrong, but you can't. You literally cannot tell these stories without Spider-Man. So, who is this movie made for? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. That's really what I'm trying to figure out here. There is no reason for these movies to exist. Like I said, maybe Venom. That could probably exist as Tom Hardy. But why? Who are you trying to please? The whole reason The Amazing Spider-Man was canceled because you didn't please us because it wasn't tied to the Avengers. So the next step is to tie it away even further? Do its own thing? So you're going to take away Norman Osborn from the MCU to shove him into this, which is going to crash and burn so fast it's going to make the Hindenburg look like it actually survived? That's some great thinking. Great thinking.